The Bible's best stories, told your way. Welcome to Bible Binge. Today, we've got a runaway prophet, a ship in a crazy storm, and a whale with the worst Airbnb rating of all time. This next story can be found in the book of Jonah, chapters 1 through 4. This is the story of Jonah and the whale. God told Jonah,
"Go to Nineveh. Tell the people to stop their evil ways or they're in big trouble."
But Jonah hated that idea. Nineveh was famous for being cruel and violent. Jonah basically said,
"Nope, not doing it."
Instead, he bought a boat ticket to Tarshish, the complete opposite direction. God said,
"Go east."
Jonah said.
How about west?
So Jonah made a decision.
If I don't like the mission, I'll just skip it.
Jonah thought distance would get him away from God's calling. But, spoiler alert, you can buy a boat ticket away from a city, but not away from God. At first, everything was fine. Then, God sent a wild storm. The ship creaked, waves crashed, and sailors screamed like little kids on a roller coaster. They prayed to their gods, threw cargo overboard. However, nothing worked. And Jonah, dead asleep below deck, snoring away like nothing was happening. The captain shook him.
"How are you sleeping right now? Pray to your God before we all die."
The sailors drew straws to see who was guilty. Basically, how the straw theory works is that whoever pulls the shortest straw means they are guilty. And of course, Jonah pulled the shortest straw.
He admitted, "This is my fault. I'm running from the Lord. Throw me overboard and the storm will stop."
At first, they tried to row back to shore, but the storm only got worse. Finally, they prayed, "God, don't be mad at us for this," and tossed Jonah into the waves. Instantly, the sea went quiet. The sailors were blown away and started worshiping Jonah's God. Jonah sank down. Seaweed wrapped around his head like a bad Halloween costume. And then, gulp, a giant whale swallowed him whole. Imagine it, pitch black, slimy walls smelling like rotten sushi. Jonah had 3 days and 3 nights inside this whale hotel. No windows, no snacks, just Jonah and his thoughts. Finally, Jonah prayed,
"God, I messed up. You saved me when I was drowning. I'll obey you. You're the only one who saves."
And God told the whale.
"Spit him out."
So the whale went to shore and vomited Jonah onto the sand. Gross, but effective. God said again,
"Go to Nineveh."
This time Jonah listened. He walked into the giant city and shouted, 40 days from now, Nineveh will be destroyed." Shockingly, everyone believed him. From the king to the farmers, they repented. They fasted, prayed, and turned from violence. They changed their lifestyle and opened a new chapter of life. And no one thought a city like this could transform. And God? He saw their hearts change, and he showed mercy. He spared the city. Jonah should have been happy. But nope, he threw a fit.
"Lord, this is why I ran. I knew you'd forgive them. Just let me die already."
So Jonah pouted outside the city. God made a plant grow to shade him, and Jonah was finally comfy. But the next day, God sent a worm to eat the plant. The sun beat down. Jonah got sunburned, and he whined again.
"I'm so mad. I just want to die."
And God said,
"You cared about a plant you didn't grow. Shouldn't I care about Nineveh, where over 120,000 people live?"
And that's the heart of Jonah's story. It's not just about a guy and a whale. It's about God's mercy. Jonah wanted to choose who deserved forgiveness. But God's love is for everyone, even the people we'd rather avoid. It's a picture of how wide his compassion really is. He doesn't just see cities, nations, or types of people. He sees every life. Nineveh was about to be wiped out, but when they humbled themselves, God spared them. This reminds us that no one is too far gone. No matter how big our mistakes, if we turn back to God, He is ready to forgive. We all have our Ninevehs, people we don't like, jobs we don't want, things we run from. But God calls us to love, forgive, and obey, even when it's hard. And here's the good news. You can run from God's plan, but you can't outrun His mercy. The Bible's best stories, told your way. That was Jonah and the whale, proof that God's mercy is bigger than our excuses.